back again, another Sunday, GDQ, Activated Podcast.
It's your boy, Real Walter Ford, with the boop shirt on.
It's your boy, Mac. Yo!
It's the Activated Podcast, y'all. What's going on?
Not shit. I spilled weed.
You're not having a good morning, but hopefully everybody else is, and the weed is getting smoked. No,
It's been a funny week. It's been a funny, well, not really.
Yeah, it's been a wild
some
week.
Funny and yeah, some shitty.
The week of September 26th.
We'll start last weekend because that's when it started happening with Roscoe'S.
That was at the beginning of the week, right? All right,
yeah.
Let's just get into it.
So it's all a 1 week span. Last week, a white woman went into Roscoe'S in Anaheim and started going crazy about masks, started harassing all the black employees, started harassing a manager, started saying this is segregation and discrimination, freaking out. And you could tell from the video that she really wasn't there to eat. You know what I mean? Like all she had to do was just put on a mask and then sit down and then she could take her mask off. You know what I mean? And she was just like, she was freaking out. You could tell it was never her intention to eat. And then they decided to make a protest, and they were calling Roscoe'S for the last week and calling all the locations. Had a protest this week, and the lady didn't even show up to her own protest.
That's because she knew what was up.
For real?
She didn't even show up. She's not in any of the videos. She's in none of the videos. She didn't show up to her own protest, and exactly what the lady said. She was scared because their asses tried to go inside the restaurant again yesterday, and security was not playing. Security busted their ass, took them out. They were trying to say some crazy shit to sit in the restaurant, and they were not playing.
And I love every moment of that. I love every moment of that. It's crazy because, like, again, they tried that shit in Anaheim. They're not going to try that at the Roscoe'S that's in South Central or South LA.
Or Inglewood.
Try the one in Long Beach. They're not going to try the one in Hollywood.
I just asked that. I said the same thing. I said, it was in a comment. It said, I wonder if they're going to try that one in Inglewood. They just going to get on the phone.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, go to the Roscoe'S in Inglewood and try that shit and see how far that gets you. Because what happened in Anaheim is not what would happen at any other Roscoe'S.
Right hand, it's going to be people that's already been to, they was like, you're going to jail. It's going to be people that's already been to jail and don't care about going to jail. That don't work at Roscoe'S. It's going to beat your ass. Hey, that's going to beat the brakes off your ass. And go home. They beat the brake on and go home. These niggas own masks before a pandemic, is what I'm saying. They went to the one in Orange County.
They gonna finish their Obama special, give you your own two-piece, and they go home.
And keep it going. All right, so what I want to say about that video is it's crazy as hell how, first off, this chick ain't got nothing else to do. Fuck is you doing going to Roscoe'S? Hey, don't y'all love the reverse racism? The discrimination act of the whatever the...
yeah, so the main thing what she said, if 60 years ago you couldn't even drink from the same water fountain as me. That's what she said.
And then she said, and now you're discriminating against me. Do you feel proud about that? I said, that's the moment she should have went to sleep. That's the moment somebody in Inglewood, a female.
Anaheim.
No, I'm saying if they were in Inglewood, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
They were not in Anaheim. Some beautiful black queen would come and put hands on. I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just saying, like, It's the security guards. If you trespass, the security guards gonna beat your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know what else you expect. But real quick though, so if she ain't got shit else to do, then she like you said, she said that, which was some crazy. And then they like, I got PTSD.
Oh yeah.
Which I also seen in the comments.
And she's screaming. She's the one who gave herself PTSD, like in there. You know what I mean? Triggered it, screaming at the person.
Okay, somebody with PTSD in the comments said, you wouldn't put yourself in a triggering moment, or you would run away if you had PTSD from somebody who actually has PTSD. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would have you know, I ain't gonna say I got it, or I'm a doctor or any of that, but like you said, you putting yourself in a situation. You like got in your car, got up from your bed out of your house, used your bathroom, put your pants on, got in the car, put gas in the car, went there, pulled your phone out. Like, bitch, come on now. Okay, so anyway.
You know what's funny though?
Which is fucked up for people that actually do have PTSD or any type of, you know what I'm saying, situation like that. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
That
But
people
you know what,
abuse
though?
that.
That's what I mean. That's just what they do. What white people do. They want to be oppressed so bad, so they'll say all the things like, "Oh, I'm being discriminated against. I'm being oppressed."
Well, I think that's new. That's our generation thing, fam. Like, our generation is the first generation where, like, because the societal norm has changed and they can't say crazy ass shit no more, they gotta say what we say or say what's used against them. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's weird. Like, it's weird.
They call
like
it they're trying to call it medical. Go ahead. No, they're saying medical segregation, medical tyranny.
Yeah, that's not making up shit. Like, that's not a word. But before they could say, fuck you niggas, I'm finna get up here. Like, I just watched this video and the dude was like, we just gonna go protest. And the police chief, or whoever the fuck, it's like a little kid. So he like, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. You want to pray? He said, we want to go pray. He said, if I don't give a fuck about you praying, you go pray to your God over there. I'm gonna pray to my God over here. We don't give a fuck. Now, you can't say that no more. But what you can say is, this is an unlawful assembly. You know, it's the same thing. Like, they can say, fuck you niggas. They can say, you discriminating against my no wearing a mask. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, bro. And what's so crazy is that, like, how is this any different from a no shoes, no shirt policy? Like, if it's a private establishment, how are you going to sit there and tell me what I can and can't do?
With signs present. Think about that though. It's a sign. It's on the sign. It's not saying you gotta do this. Like, and they like, fuck that sign.
Bro,
also,
if it says no smoking in a building, what can you smoke in a building?
Exactly. Especially if it's a sign that says
even if you have a medical disability that tells you you need to smoke cigarettes, like.
Oh my God. Okay, we gotta get past it. So let me get past it. So okay, so they did that shit. And then real quick, she said, I need to get in here because I have PTSD or whatever, and then you discriminate. And then the lady was like, it's a big private business that's against our health and safety guidelines. So, you know, we can refuse not to serve you if you're not following our health guidelines. And she was like, no, it ain't. She's like, I'm explaining to you. This is our health. So my favorite part was the second video, like you said, when they went and found out. Cause you could tell the black dude was old school. Like, he was like, you know, he was about that life. Like, he like, hey man, you ain't got it. You could tell by how many words somebody say what life they about. He like, hey man, you just need to leave. And like,
anybody who says it like that should probably listen to what they got to say.
Yeah, the dude recorded was like, if you touch me, I'm gonna call it. You gotta call the police on me. Only the police can touch me. You can't touch me, and something. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm listening like, how is this nigga just making up rules out of nowhere? I'm like, who made I'm pretty sure trespassing is a thing. You can't touch me because I said, bro, what?
That's what I mean is they fucked around and got their ass like legally beat. You know what I mean? They got their
Yeah,
ass legally
easily,
handled by
easily,
security. Yeah, yeah. And that's
easily.
what I wish more like people were just a little bit more allowed to do that. You know what I mean? Like there's not that threat of a random person getting in trouble, but businesses should be doing that shit more. Fuck
To be
it.
able
Get
to
some
protect their business
security. If they keep
from
on wanting to play, kick their ass out. Like, stop letting these motherfuckers do whatever they want. You feel me? These people go, this is the same group that went outside a breast cancer clinic to protest and was assaulting a breast cancer patient. Like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Over masks. It's over masks
at a clinic.
at a cancer clinic. And then some of them are saying you don't really have cancer. Like, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of the same people, right? So the Angie Chang, the girl who got pepper sprayed yesterday, who from her own video, it looks like she pepper sprayed herself. No one was around her. It didn't get in her eye. She started screaming bloody murder for a whole minute and 30 seconds. Like, we've been pepper sprayed. It is not that bad to where you feel like someone's poking your eye out. You know what I mean? And that's the same one that was screaming racial slurs in Costco. The same one with her boyfriend that went viral for destroying a Dante Wright memorial. These are the people who are doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and like you said, I think it's really important what you said before. It's the same 20 people. I think you said it off camera before we start recording. It's the same. I mean, it's probably more than 20, but it's the same little, you know what I'm saying, 20, 30, 40 group of people in these different little spots around the country that's doing that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's the same here. It's the same group that's going to the board meetings and that's going to Poway and trying to overthrow the school board. It's the same group of like 20 to, I mean, their max is probably 200 at their biggest peak. You know what I mean? And really, it's just a small group of 20 to 30. That's just no. I mean, and these are the people that say, "Go get a job. You don't have a job," and they're there like 11 a.m. outside of schools. I mean, these are the same people. It's the same group. They went outside of a high school, Huntington Beach High School, just like 3 days ago, and harassing students. You know what I mean? And they're harassing students outside of high school when they're getting out. Supposedly, yeah, it was something else. There was like a little altercation, but supposedly it was between students. But it's still a group of people going outside the high school freaking out. Elementary schools freaking out. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's just around kids, fam. I ain't gonna lie. We might have to box. Cause you know what I'm saying? You yelling at my kids. What? And that's crazy, like adults. Yeah, no, it's go time. Let's go. I'm finna use these 2 months of MMA little prep class.
Bro, it's just so crazy that how they only do this. They really only do that in places they know they won't get their ass beat. It like off wham.
Right.
And then they went to a black-owned business that's been there for a long time with some real motherfuckers in there.
So that's the whole point, though, is it's all about they say it's about masks, but they really wanted to go harass black people. Like that's what they were trying to do in a place they thought they could get away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All lives matter, and we this and you this.
It's the same thing. They're not going to the hospitals in the hood. You know what I mean? Trying to do it. Like you're not. They go to the super. Like
they go to successful. They go to the most that like mainstream. Like it's really, you know what I'm saying? Really, it's the famous. They going to the big spot. Yeah, like hey, that's crazy. That's real. That's real. You're right. They're not at the clinic in the hood. They're not at the. They're not in the hood in general protesting no mask. You know what I'm saying? You going to Roscoe's
in Anaheim. I mean, and that's why they specifically chose Anaheim too. You know what I mean? She went there.
They is not going to the one in Inglewood, Long Beach,
LA, Los Angeles in general. Los Angeles, fam.
And they really thought they were gonna get away with it. You know what I mean? Like they thought they were gonna go there yesterday too with their little protest and just like sit in the restaurant and say, you need to serve me, because that's what they were trying to do. Oh, I'm trying to eat. They did the same thing yesterday. I'm trying to eat. Well, they're like, well, you need a mask. You know what I mean? And well, I'm not gonna wear a mask. You're discriminating.
I'm gonna walk by you and sit down in your restaurant and hope I get served. I said, he just making up rules. He playing 7-Eleven. Or 7-Up, my bad. 7-Eleven. 7-Up, is that the game?
Heads up, 7-Up.
Yeah, 7-Up. Yeah, 7-Up. I said 7-Eleven. That's what he playing. He the rule master.
So as a society, we just need to come together a little bit more to like push these people out and stop them from doing what they're doing. Because I mean, it's just like it's almost like a kid. You keep letting them do something over and over again,
And
like,
guess what
without
happened?
any consequence.
Well,
Yeah, and find a way.
that
That's
being
what it
said,
is. Find a way to make the consequences legal. That's really the goal. Like you said. So like these people legally got their ass beat. You know what I'm saying? For doing some crazy shit.
And because the cops aren't going to do anything. We know, like at this point, the cops are absolutely not going to do anything. Not a single
they've already
thing.
been there. Yeah, they already. Yeah,
The cops would have been there to help him. So I think one of the guys got a ticket. I think the cops just gave one of them a ticket yesterday. That's what happened yesterday. The guy who got dragged out, I'm pretty sure he got a ticket because his ass was trespassing and he's thinking, if you touch me, assault and battery, assault and battery, assault and battery.
Yeah, I was just gonna get
assault and battery.
That was my favorite part of it.
And then he ended up getting a ticket. That's fucking hilarious.
He gonna tell him, if you touch me, nothing can happen. You can't touch me. Only the police can touch me. And fam was like, man, if you get your ass, you just see him grab towards Gary. Assault and battery. Assault and battery. Assault in progress. Assault in progress. I said, bro, is this Splinter Cell? Is you what's going on here, bro? What you doing? You Medal of Honor right now? That's what you doing? Assault in progress. What's going on? My bad, lady. I just had to get that out, bro.
No, you're good. You're good.
I like the other video where you see him dragging him by his book bag.
Hey, can we see that clip real quick?
You want to see it?
Let's throw that clip over here so they can
Oh,
see it.
Yeah, we could do the two. We could do the one where she's screaming too, because that one's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. She's like freaking out. That shit is funny to me.
But well, yeah, and the only reason it's funny is
because she did it to herself, and then she tried to act like the security. She wanted the security. You know what I mean? She wanted the narrative to be that the security did it. So they had a reason to come back. You know what I mean? Go ahead and come back, because the next time it's going to be worse. I promise. I'm pretty sure yesterday, even bystanders in Orange County were like throwing hands with them. I seen an old dude like push one of them or something like that. They tried to fight the old dude. He was so they can try.
Also, it was a white dude that came around when he was dragging the dude out, and they grabbed him.
Oh yeah, they tried to fight the security. He got his ass put down too. I
was like, what did she think he finna do? And his girl was like, no, stop. She seen these 6'6" linebacker shaped dude. Like, I was like, what is he? I was like, oh, this dude.
I'm gonna show it.
He think this is his time. He thought this was his time. He was like, this is what I came here to do. And then he ain't never seen nobody that don't give a fuck. Oh, okay, there you go.
You need the sound? I don't think we got the sound.
I mean, we don't need the sound. No, you're good.
Nah, the sound's the best part.
Yeah, especially for the assault and battery.
Okay, guys, only back from business. Hey, let him go! Let him go! Fuck up! Get off the property!
We got you on video. We got you on video. All of you. All you guys are going to jail.
They trying to tell him all of you are going to jail. Let's see this one where she's like screaming.
What happened?
The video recorder, he's like, this is hilarious. What happened? He starts running over the boyfriend. Oh my god.
What happened? Who sprayed you? Where's Lucas? They got Angie.
They're
Who
like,
sprayed you?
Where's she going? She just running
Get
around.
some milk! Get some milk! Calm down! Okay. Get some milk! Get some milk! What happened? Who sprayed you? I don't know!
Who sprayed her?
oh my god.
Hold on, finish playing it. No, finish playing
Who
it. I
sprayed you?
ain't gonna lie.
Watch they run into traffic. Hold on.
She needs milk or ice.
So she ran
Get milk or ice.
Did you see
ran
what
over
happened?
Watch it. It's going to go in the street.
Wait.
What the fuck? Why in the street? What the? Hey, she's gonna be blind. Why he running in the street with her?
Oh my god. I'm gonna do this one. And the same dude was trying to tell this black woman, like, oh, you're a slave.
Yeah, masks are for slaves. Yeah, masks are for slaves. You're a slave. Slavery ended. Slavery ended. Slavery is over. Slavery is over.
1 to 5 years, you can die.
Look at history repeat itself.
Can
It's
I-
not on the same scale, but it's like
This is the one where I'm gonna show this last one because it's hilarious, because this is where he's like screaming about assault and battery.
Shit, bro. We got red blood. Him out of here,
No,
man.
if you touch me, assault and battery. Hey, if you touch me, assault and battery. Assault and battery, assault and battery. Assault and battery, assault and battery. Assault in progress, assault and battery. 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 Assault and battery.
Assault battery. Call it in. Somebody call it
oh
in.
my god, bro. I would never. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He said, assault in progress. I didn't know he said that. That's fucking hilarious.
You try to radio it in. You try to call it back up. Assault progress. I'm being assaulted in progress. Over.
Yeah, bro. It's just for like you said, bro. It's just they just wanted to mess with black folk, and he in there like, she's slave. Are you a slave again? And
Can I? You know what's
what else
funny
did they say?
though is that they preach about being a sheep and like don't get vaccinated and
you know the crazy part is
Fine.
they preach about being Christian too. Okay, my bad.
that too. But like they preach about like don't get vaccinated and this is gonna get like the government's doing this and it's like you do realize 95% of the government has been vaccinated, right? Like everybody's had their shots. So
Hey, that's Fox News too. Don't forget.
so by that
Everybody-
logic, are you insinuating that they just self-caused their own deaths by getting vaccinated?
everybody at
The
Fox
people that
News.
control these laws and everything that we do, you think that they just gonna go out here and get a vaccination that's gonna kill them in 5 years?
And they gotta wear a mask.
I mean, their boy Donald took it. Come on. I mean, even Donald's
Donald
like,
got the first one.
I don't know. They say, oh, you know what I mean? The vaccine's there because of Donald Trump. And Donald took it. But you know what I mean? They get asked like, oh, you gonna take it? You know what I mean? No, absolutely not. But your daddy is the one who's supposedly like Operation Warp Speed. Come on. now.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's telling you to get vaccinated. I
He
mean,
did say that.
so it's somewhat some of them have moved on from Trump. You know what I mean? Like it's the movement has outgrown Trump a little bit. You know
No,
what I mean?
100%. And I was just watching somebody talk about that.
So it's like that's bad when you know what I mean. They're not listening to daddy anymore. You know what I mean? They're not listening to their papa. So it's a little bit worrisome. But I mean, at the same time, it's like you're gonna try the wrong people. You're gonna find out. Like,
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, because Trump pretty much bore the Q conspiracy, you know what I'm saying, lifestyle. So, and Lauren Boebert is one of them people Did I already say that the Impeach thing, or was that not
Oh,
on here yet?
yeah. We could quickly mention that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Lauren Boebert, who was pretty much a QAnon supporter, she released a statement that said they're going to impeach him. They're trying to a statement talking about impeach Biden, and they got in big bold letters in blue and red, like their symbol, like the Biden heroes, and it says impeach because they can't spell. And they tried to say, it was pretty much saying because of Afghanistan, and they left millions of Americans to die. Some other crazy shit. So that bitch crazy. I just had to say.
Man, oh man, I'm just glad that we have some positive videos, you know what I mean, from all these crazy people going around imposing their will on people, saying
Hey, real
they're
quick
being
though, what
oppressed.
do you think Shorty went?
Who? Oh, the white girl, Mary Henderson. She was in her bunker, just like Bunker Boy. You know what I mean? She wasn't coming.
Baby bitch.
Yeah, she wasn't coming.
She's not even from Anaheim, right? So it's like,
yeah, she's probably from somewhere in LA. I mean, how do you not go to your own protest? Like that makes no sense.
Like Newport Beach or some shit like that.
Oh no, she's from. It says her Facebook. She lives in Moreno Valley, and guess where she's originally from?
where? Oh,
San Diego.
Yeah, probably. I was gonna say that.
Born in San Diego.
Gotta be. But yeah, bro. So that's wild. That's a wild time. So yeah, like you said, she just stayed home. She's like, "Yep, it's a wrap." And then all these other dudes caught the situation. I wonder what happened. So did everybody just go home after that? I assume.
Yeah, I think it was just like they started after they got kicked out. They were just like yelling on the sidewalk at people.
They said, "Fuck Roscoe's," and then else.
Yeah, and like for like an hour, and then they all left. It's all theater for them. You know what I mean? That's why the girl pepper sprayed herself. It's all, you know what I mean? Same with Mary going in there in the first place. It's all for theater. But what's not theater is the Haitians at the border in Texas.
Yeah, good segue right there. I see you.
Yeah, because that started like a week ago also. And I mean that story in a whole week is crazy. So yeah, like 15,000 Haitians were at the border in Texas. And they had like their own little camp, and they were crossing back and forth to get food. They could only cross one way to get food. They were in Texas, I'm pretty sure. They're seeking asylum, they're refugees. You know what I mean? They're from Haiti, and Haiti's president just got assassinated like 3 months ago. So it's like,
and they just had a hurricane. Devastating hurricane.
And the earthquake just like 10 years ago, it killed a bunch of people, like 200,000 people. And we've been fucking with Haiti for a long time. Like people have been fucking with Haiti for hundreds of years. They're still pissed about the successful slave revolution. Like they're still super pissed. Like they just finished paying their debts to France. Like they had to pay reparations to France. They overthrew France, and then France put economic sanctions on them and made them pay them for 300 years.
Which is crazy. Also, that's arguably one of the best. The general of that battle was arguably one of the war. I guess it was more of a war. The general of that was arguably one of the best generals in like history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of like, I assume, I don't know too much of the details because of the resources, the situation, and who they were up against.
Yeah, I'd always love to do like an in-depth thing on Haiti, but yeah, and I mean they were the richest place in the whole world at one point. You know what I mean? France made all their money in the last recent time from extracting resources and using slave labor in Haiti. But yeah, so I mean there was like 15,000 of them at a camp, and then the big thing that went viral was or that really pissed everybody off was the border patrol on horseback whipping them and like hurting them. They try to say, oh, they're not whips, they're reins. That's what they were trying to whip them. They were using it as a whip.
But
yeah, exactly. Like that's gonna make a difference. Like what you doing it with. Oh, this ain't a whip. This a rein, fam. This ain't no.
But the
We
intent
raining
that
them.
he was trying to use it with was not in the form of a whip. Then
I'm like, yeah, well, yeah. What's the
we
what's
just
the action you doing with the rain?
so
What
we just
anyway?
gonna ignore the fact that he's hitting him with a foreign object at all. We're just gonna ignore that fact and just point out that
Weapon.
it's not a whip, it's a horse rein.
Yeah, a weapon, fam. It's technically a
Okay.
weapon.
If somebody hits you in the face and be like, oh, he hit me with brass knuckles. No, I hit you with my fist. My fist is what actually hit you. You still gonna be like, you still gonna worry about the brass knuckles, or you gonna worry about what hit you?
Exactly. And also, I think one part that was really crazy was how they was smiling and looking. You know what I'm saying? Like just the dude had a smile on his face, like he having a good time, and like one of the dudes grabbing him or something, and he like falling and that was
with food. I mean, they were getting food. They were bringing food. You could see the food in their hands and stuff. Like, and then you could hear one of the border patrol guy like, "Oh, this is why your so fucked up. This is why your country shit. You let your women do this." That's what he was doing it as they're like hurting them. Like that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You know what? And then what pissed me off even more? Well, now they're all gone. They deported them all. They did different things. All that whole camp is gone. So this is all within 1 week. You know what I mean? The migrants were there. It went big, and then within 2 days, they were all gone. Like all of them. They deported all of them. And the Biden administration, oh, this is not who we are. We're not going to have horses anymore. They're not going to be on horses anymore. That's what they were trying to say. Oh, and then I'm not a fan of the press secretary at all. Yeah, she was just saying some crazy stuff. Oh, it's the situation. We don't know the full story. And then she's going on there. This is, the Biden administration is going to handle it, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, yeah, they're just ridiculous. Like these are the same people who used kids in cages as a political tool. They said that they were going to change things. They used immigration as like one main thing they ran on, oh, we're not Trump. Our immigration policies are humane. We're going to fix things. No more kids in cages. Because they were totally screaming, no more kids in cages, yada, yada, yada. And then they're silent, or they're cruel as fuck to Haitians and cruel as fuck to migrants. They've expelled more people and deported more people than Trump has. So, yeah.
You felt that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I say yeah, Q.
But no, you ain't never lied though, bro.
I mean, that's cruel as fuck. You talk about kids in cages, and then you go and I mean, there's kids there they're literally asylum seekers. They're trying to say, oh, you're not coming in legally. Like, yes, they are. You're legally allowed to seek asylum everywhere across the world. So you're the one to sit there and say, oh, no, they're not coming in legally. Like that's the same exact rhetoric that Trump and them use. It's the same exact thing.
Exactly. Because it's not like they don't got a reason. And everybody know the reasons too. Like, so it's not like like you said, like somebody coming there. What did they remember they said? They bringing drugs and murderers and rapists and shit. Like niggas is coming to live their regular life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come through and I'm trying to chill and get a job and pay some taxes.
How many of them? I really want to know how many of them have actually came in with drugs and guns that they be claiming about. Because like, for it to be like your quote unquote.
Hey, the majority of them, America buying them bitches. The government buying them bitches.
So I'm saying, like,
watch the movie Kill the Messenger.
All these immigrants and refugees bringing guns and weapons and shit. Well, damn, we should be the most weaponized country and most.
Exactly.
By the way, at this rate,
I mean, we actually are.
I know that. That's the point that I'm proving. We already are. So it's like for y'all to sit there and act like whoever is.
It's a movie real quick called Kill the Messenger, fam. So it's a movie about the reporter that found the girlfriend of the dude that was selling drugs to the government so they could pay for the war.
Yeah, Nicaragua War and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing with guns too, fam. Same thing.
Hey, I think I said this in the podcast before, but it was kind of like
7 guns for one person.
no, you're fine. He was in the movie Straight Outta Compton. He was like, everybody keeps saying like we bringing all these drugs and guns in the hood, and it's like, well, cocaine comes from Colombia, and
I like this part. I know you.
These AK-47s come from Russia, and none of us got passports. We don't got passports in the hood, so
we ain't got boats. He said we ain't got planes.
We ain't got boats, planes, and passports. So how we getting in here?
Come on now.
Well, and they use all that rhetoric that they're criminals. Criminals are coming in, they're gang members. Like, we have criminals in America. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We have homegrown. I bet you more homegrown Americans, born and raised in America, commit more crimes than than immigrants do. I mean,
I for sure believe.
I just don't believe. I mean, they're not coming over here to commit crime. Like, that's not what they're trying to do. Like, no one moves to another country to go commit crime. Like, no one does that.
Exactly. Maybe a couple people, but everybody. Not these people.
It's people that just insignificant. It's an insignificant amount of people that come over just to do crime or are criminals.
Not leaving one of the poorest countries in the world.
Criminals, you know what I mean? Whatever the law says, and it's all the rhetoric they use to fire people up because America's extra racist. They don't want to act like it's not about race, but it is. It is.
100%.
Even with that, you don't
see them whipping no Irish motherfuckers or Scandinavian or what was it that Trump wanted to? Remember, he tried to buy Greenland.
And here's my thing. They say, come the right way. Like, who came over here the right way? What is the right way to move to a country like in American history? Like, what's the fucking right way? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I mean, because we surely didn't come here the right way. We surely didn't come here and get this land the right way.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm pretty sure this land was already discovered before we got here, which means that somebody probably, or some people probably own this land, and we took it without permission,
and then we stole people that basically built the entire country. You know what I mean? All the labor, and then it was a huge genocide. You know what I mean? Like, you talking about the right way in America to come to this country? Are you fucking kidding me?
Speaking of genocide, how many like Native American families do you see walking around? and like the majority of America, you know what I'm saying?
The Native American population is small as fuck. Like, it wasn't just a small genocide. It was like 99% of the people that were living here. It wasn't just like the right motherfucking way, like in criminals. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? That is ridiculous.
But is that not America as a whole? Like, we've always been hypocritical, and I can't think of the other word, but like, we've always said one thing and did the complete opposite. That's just another part of who we are as a country. Like, we preach about
built on it, baby.
Yeah, we preach about democracy to other countries and stuff, but like, our own democracy is being undermined.
And always has been. I mean, there's only been democracy for a certain portion of the population the entire time this country's been around it. The number's grown a little bit, but it's still the same. Not everybody has had democracy in this country the entire time.
Remember, women couldn't own, was it bank accounts?
The only people that could vote originally were white male property owners. Okay. Yeah. And it's been a fight for everybody else ever since.
For sure.
You're talking about a country that literally like had slavery in its constitution when it was first built. Like this was.
Oh, don't get it twisted. It's still in the Constitution.
Yeah, and it's still there. And
It's
it
still there.
exactly. And it's still there.
I'll say, oh, let's not act like we all high and mighty now. No, it's still there.
Yep.
Just like there is no and there's no lynching law.
Oh, and that's good because that police bill that they were trying to pass, they just recently said like a couple of days ago, like, no, they're not even going to pass. They're done trying to pass the George Floyd Act. They're done trying to do like any police act right now. They said, oh no, we're done. We can't do it. And this is, you know what I mean? Last year, they really were like using it for clout. You know what I mean? They were campaigning on it.
Because that's what they needed in order to win.
And now it's like, it's the Republicans and the Democrats. You're trying to defund the police. No, you're trying to defund the police. We're not trying to defund the police. Both of them are, we're not the ones defunding the police. They are. And it's ridiculous. It's
well, ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous because now it exposes the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the game. Like, that's how you win. So you got to use those words. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you win, fam. So it comes down to halfway being really what the people that voted that person in interest, and half about how to win at this game. You know what I'm saying? The politic game, or just keep, because technically, you know, they got to fight for their job every couple years. You know what I'm saying? So it is. So it's about that. You ain't never had a job where you got to fight for it every like 2 years or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's a weird game. 2-4 years, however, you know, whatever the situation is. But yeah.
Some of these.
So it's just weird.
Nah, once you're in politics, unless you fuck up, you'll always have a job. Whether it be, it doesn't matter what position.
That's why you're able to be in. That's why these positions are lifetime positions.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking. Well, I'm talking about to be at the big levels, though. You know what I'm saying? To be like on that.
Once you're any level, if you're a city council member, even at a local like San Diego, you will always be in politics. You'll always have a job in politics somewhere. I mean, look at it. Kevin Faulconer, like that's what they do. They try to run. Even if they're not going to win, they try to run. You know what I mean? He's still in politics. He's still raking in dough, you know? Like you'll always, it doesn't matter your position. Once you're in politics, you never, I mean, you're right. You have to fight for your job somewhere else. But I mean, you could go be a political consultant. You could go be another city council member. You could go be a state assembly member. You could go be a mayor.
Once you're in, you're in.
You could go be a senator, like, and the senators stay there 35 years, like motherfucker, 35 years for the California. Like, that's the biggest state. And you've been there for 35 years. No one wants to change who the senator is. Like, no one wants Dianne Feinstein still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, I agree that, I mean, that's what they do though. That's what they do. They co-opt things, they use it to their advantage, and then they turn their back on people. And I mean, everybody knew that. I mean,
they pander. Whatever they need to use to pander to who it is they get votes from. Like, they knew that they had to talk about police brutality.
Hey, think about this. My bad for coming.
Because let's be honest, like if one, black people didn't vote, and two, they didn't address or quote unquote claim that they were going to tackle police brutality and defund the police, obviously Biden wouldn't have won. Obviously, if those two things didn't happen, obviously he wouldn't have won, and that Trump would have won. So what do? You have to talk about the one thing that has, outside of COVID, of course, outside of COVID last year, the one thing that just ran through America was police brutality and, you know, and the racial problems in this country with the police and everything else. You had to talk about those two things, and you had to have black people vote. And because police brutality and stuff mainly applies to Black people and other people of color, you're killing two birds with one stone. But again, we're talking about the same people that work under the same roof as their opponent. And we sit here and are supposed to believe that one has our best interest over the other one. The other one wants to oppress us, and this one is trying to progress us. And it's, here you go, like you talking about a situation that actually applies to everybody and not just Black people and people of color. Like, police brutality in general is bad, but I don't know. We put all this, we have this false hope in our politicians and stuff, and it's like countless times throughout history, they don't care about us as a whole. But
yeah, bro. And real quick, what I was gonna say before I forgot it was, let's look at the timeline of. I remember when they put them fucking kente cloths on and kneeled. I was like, this is for George Floyd. And blah, blah, blah. Didn't do no laws, though. No laws. Like, you put the kente cloth on. Because I wanted to say this when you said pandering. So put a kente cloth on. And then
remove Mrs. Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
And what is it, Uncle Ben's? Or is it?
And say George Floyd sacrificed himself for this. That's what Nancy Pelosi said at the Chauvin trial. I know exactly. Yeah, it's unfortunate. She's right. And she's saying exactly what she means. George Floyd sacrificed himself so that they, Democrats, could pander and use it for their freaking advantage and for the election. She was low-key telling everybody the truth. It just wasn't, you know what I mean? She was trying to pass it off as something else. But that's how she really felt, you know what I mean? That they could use and exploit people. They exploited that family. They exploited George Floyd. They exploited an entire movement. They exploited people's pain. They exploited, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, when they had his daughter in the fucking White House, and they was like, this is
ice cream. Like, that's fucked up. And then you don't even fucking pass anything, not even something small. Not even something small. Like, that is just as cruel as what Trump and all his buddies do. They just will openly say shit.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's real.
And I mean, you could argue what Biden and them do and Nancy Pelosi does is worse. You know what I mean? Because it is so much of an exploitation thing, trying to use it for their game.
Exactly. It's like behind your back. It's like right behind your back.
I wouldn't say it's really behind your back. It's really just more of this is a giant game of checkers and the people are pawns.
Yeah, exactly.
They move.
But they gotta play you. They're not telling you that they're playing you, though.
Yeah, they move you to where they need you to be. Whether it may be, I move you this way to be a sacrifice. I'll move you this way to defend us, to defend us, and that everything that we say is right and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I can just get rid of you. You know, whatever. You know, and I don't know, man. Like,
it's not going to be good for them. They think they're going to do the same thing with abortion. They're going to say and do all this stuff with the abortion rights, say they're fighting for it, while each state and the Supreme Court, everybody's going to go out in the streets on October 2nd is going to be huge, like across the country. There's going to be demonstrations everywhere across the country. And the Supreme Court is supposed to hear the Mississippi case in December. And so they're going to be using this. They're going to be exploiting this because midterms are next year. I mean, we're about a year away from more elections. Like, we really are. It's going to be.
That's what I was saying, bro. It's 2 years, bro. It's so quick.
So they're going to be using all of this for their game. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is they fundraise off of it. This is how they stay in power. Look at how bad these people are. Look at what they're trying to do to you. You know what I mean? And we're doing something about it, but behind closed doors, they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. The shit that's important is not getting done, but they putting a kente cloth on. Getting on one knee. Like the kente cloth gonna stop bullets. Like the kente, like the thing is, they'll get on one knee. That's just go arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. That's what it's gonna do. Getting on one knee and saying bringing George Floyd family to the White House. Like that was cool. Like I'm not saying they shouldn't have did that. But like y'all can do that. But you're not gonna
And say she likes ice cream and hot Cheetos.
Ridiculous. That poor, I mean, that's so fucked up. And they do it to everybody. They've done it to everybody throughout history. They always do that shit.
yeah.
Take people around, photo ops, saying they're doing stuff.
Honest, bro.
Yeah, it's the same.
Like,
It's the same as
that
Trump
is
standing
not-
in front of the church. Except I don't know.
I can only imagine what I can only imagine what she's gonna grow up and think and like and feel. You know, when she grows up and like, you know, truly understands like not so much as like what happened to her dad, but
realizing ain't shit shit changed, but
the aftermath of it. But like not even like on the grand scheme of things of like the social justice movement, like how the government and in the city treated her like in this whole situation. Like, yeah, they got a settlement, but like when she realizes like y'all took me to the White House and showed me around, gave me an ice cream and chips, but y'all didn't pass a bill that would, you know, progress, you know, us as a system. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
that would not let that happen to somebody else.
Yeah, to like what happened to my dad to not happen to anybody else. Like y'all didn't pass a bill, but y'all brought me here to give me ice cream and chips.
They spent $8.
That they spent $8, bro. They didn't pay anything for that.
No, I know. I mean,
and they dragged this motherfucker out. They've been doing it for the whole it's been a whole year and 3 months of them trying to say that they've been doing stuff. And that's what I mean is they low key were never really working on it. They never like it was decided months ago they were never going to pass a police reform bill. Maybe from the right jump. I mean, most people could realize they're not going to actually do something.
HR 40, which is a police reform bill they've been trying to pass for 35 years, and they bring it out every year, and it's never even been looked at. So, you know what I'm saying? That's a prerequisite. To get y'all an idea.
Yeah, I have nothing left to say.
Amber Ruffin show.
Yeah.
You said it again?
Sorry, I for interrupting, but yeah, I have nothing left to say. I'm done.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I think it's about that time to get up out of here. I think we did hit some good points already. Man, yeah, but blessings to everybody that's affected, and you know, prayers and like, you know, try your hardest. I honestly believe, you know, using the power of voting, and even though sometimes that's set up for failure too, but just doing the different things and the different strategies that's available to make stuff happen. Mobilization matters, you know what I'm saying? Like people say the protest didn't do nothing. It did a little bit. It didn't do everything that we wanted it to do, but
it definitely made
it definitely did. Yeah. And I mean, we know it's going to be a fight for the rest of our lives, our kids' lives. I mean,
it's about moving the needle. That's what it is.
And you know, that's what I was really quick, bro. That's what I was telling somebody. I was having a conversation about like where we are in the world and like the state of our country and stuff. And I was like, I think this is just going to be an everlasting fight. I think that's just the way, I don't want to say life is set up for us, but like the way since the
The
beginning,
foundation. It's the
since the
foundation.
foundation of America and civilization, it was created to be an everlasting fight.
Hey, real quick. Oh,
Fine.
my bad. My bad.
Yeah, no, you good. I just think that we're forever going to be fighting.
I just want everybody to remember, America is what, like 250 years old, 200 some years old. However many 200 something years old, that's only 3 people. That's 3 niggas. That's only 3 people. We only 3 people old. I forgot who said it. That's like somebody said that joke. But yeah, so remember that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like
We ain't that far
240.
off.
It's like 245 years, and then it's like if you divide that by 3, it's 81 years each. So like
That's 3 people away, fam. We 3 people away. So like remember that. Like it ain't just because Martin Luther King and them pictures was in black and white don't mean that it was that long ago. You know what I'm saying? That was our grandpa. That they still alive. Ruby Bridges. Did I say this on the last one?
yeah,
Ruby Bridges. What'd you say?
It froze.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you good. Okay, so I don't know if I said this on the last one. Ruby Bridges, who was the little girl that went to the school that was first desegregated. And remember when the parents was like out there and yelling at her, cursing at her, and the police had, she's 79.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
And we got this,
you know what
and
I'm
we
saying?
got the same thing still happening. They're still going to school screaming at people about stuff, except this time it's a lot stupider about fucking masks.
Yeah. That's the thing. The internet made people way dumber. Unfortunately, man. People
All
been
right.
dumb. Yeah. So on that note, man, it's been your boy World Walter Forward.
GDQ.
Man, it's your boy.
Hey man, y'all be blessed, stay safe. Arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. Put your mask on.
Stay active.
Yeah.